If you were selling somebody something shit, yeah, I understand that's like, what? What are you doing? That's sleazy, that's slimy, ugh, stop that. But if you're good at what you do and you know you can bring value to somebody, you're not really selling them. You're actually providing an opportunity. And that's what good positioning or good selling for coaching comes down to. It's first, like, understanding your value and your expertise. So your capacity to do good for somebody. And then realizing that you're not really selling yourself. You're not pushing yourself on somebody. But for the right person, you're going to be like magic for them. And whatever way you price yourself initially, you want to kind of position yourself in a way that is silly for somebody not to want to engage. And when you do that right, selling doesn't feel awkward. Selling feels like you're doing somebody a favor. Selling feels like you are presenting the right opportunity for somebody, and oh my God, I would feel sorry for them if they wouldn't buy. That is a really important shift. So to sell well, first and foremost, you have to push yourself in terms of being good at whatever it is that you do or how you're positioning yourself. The second is you need to know who you're for and who you're not, because fact is, you will be like medicine for some people and repulsive to others. You will find yourself having to sell to those that you are repulsive to. Don't do that. You won't have to sell yourself to the right people. They will see it, they will recognize it, and they will want you. So picking your audience is really, really important. So knowing your worth, framing your offering in a kind of almost a no-brainer-like way, and knowing who you're right for and who you're not are like the fundamental parts of your sales process. After that, it becomes very, very easy. After that, recognize that you can post all the fancy posts and have a really good website, but if you aren't embodied in your practice, and by that I mean if you aren't your most important client, and if you aren't pushing yourself in the direction you know you can go and owning your work so that you essentially are like this beautiful brand ambassador for your work, all of that stuff is useless. Because people will feel it. People will sense that you're not embodied. But if you are like a magnet. People can see, Jesus, you've got some kind of special secret and I want in on it. That special secret may be repulsive to others as well. The more you own yourself, the more you will find that some will like you and some won't. And it's actually a good way to know if you're on your way. But if you can, please, prioritize yourself and know that in actual fact, you are your best marketing tool. It suddenly actually frees up a lot of space and a lot of resource to really look after yourself. And show up as your embodied self. People will recognize it in you. And you can talk and you can chat and you can check in with somebody and see, are they the right person for you? Ask all the right questions. And when you know somebody is right for you, you don't give of yourself overly freely, because a lot of coaches do that as well. It's almost like they find the right person and then they throw themselves at them. But no, to say, wow, you feel like somebody that I could do incredible work with. Would that be of value? Would that be of interest to you? Would that be of value to you? That's not salesy. That's not slimy. That, like, for the right person, they're looking. People know when they need support, and instinctively they're looking for the person that they can get that help from. And they can see it. You can see somebody who's done the work. You can see who's gone on the journey before you. That's what I kind of talk about, this magnetic effect. You'll find that as you work through things, people that need that help and that wisdom will kind of gravitate towards you. And as you chat and inquire, you might say, hey, like, how are you? What's going on in your life? You might recognize or hear some things familiar. And you'll have an instinctual feeling of, I could do some really good work for this person, or this person's not for me. If that person is not for you, you do not push yourself on them. You do not get into that. That is when you will feel uncomfortable with regards to selling. It's as simple as that. So don't sell to people that you're not appropriate to. Don't sell to people that you don't want to work with. But if somebody is following in your footsteps, going through something that you've gone through, and you know you can bring them really good value, if you were to say to them, God, you feel like somebody that I could do incredible work with. The amount of times that I've said that to somebody and that person has said back to me, yeah, do you know what, I'm kind of feeling that too. Well, would you be curious in terms of what working together with me looks like? Yes. What does working with you look like? Having clarity in terms of your offering is really important. I always find that the clearer somebody can say what it is that they do, it's generally a reflection of where they're at in their business. So having a very clear, well, this is what I do. This is how I work. How does that feel for you? These are like straight, confident, clean questions. And that person can say, okay, yeah, that feels good for me. Generally speaking, the more embodied you are and the clearer you can communicate what you do, the clearer people will engage with you. People in those moments will say, yes, I would love to work with you. If somebody says, I kind of need to sit with this for a little while, perhaps they do, but more likely than not, it's a reflection of the energy you're exuding. Is it straightforward for somebody to follow and get on board? Or, do they not quite understand who you are as a coach? Do they not quite understand how to work with you? Did you are you not really embodying your work? That's where you're kind of going to get resistance. But when actually you are owning yourself, embodying your practice, speaking confidently, you will have people being like, I want to work with you. And for me, I did all sorts of different sales strategies and courses and programs, and not enough of them went into this, like the confidence behind selling, the embodiment of selling, the attraction of when somebody is exuding the energy you're aspiring to, how magnetic that is. So can I encourage you to, one, really prioritize you are your most important client. Do your work. Practice those conversations. Hold yourself back. When I say practice, I literally would walk around the room on my own, speaking like my piece and then responding as a client and then speaking more. And just that helped me just get much more confident and clear in terms of my communication skills and communication around presenting myself. Make sure you don't blow your load as such, where somebody expresses a bit of interest in your work and suddenly you're oversharing, telling them too much. It's important to be that little bit reserved and actually have respect for your learnings, that you're not, and worth on your learnings and value on your learnings, that you're not just going to give them away. You will exude the benefit of the value and the wisdom that you know. You will share that out. You'll chat to someone. You'll ask them where they're at. They'll know. People have such instinctual knowledge. They will know if you've got the value you can bring them. They don't need to check everything. They don't need you to share all the information. They definitely don't need you to boast. Generally speaking, when people boast, that in itself kind of starts to raise a lot of eyebrows and anxiety. So have real confidence. Don't overshare. Ask the right questions. Be direct. Pick the right people for you. Invite someone to work with you. Check in with them in terms of how that might feel. And then move the conversation